Red is pyro, so all our flares, smokes. Because if we see somebody, a person in the water is like a dot, right? You can't see them. So what we do, if you see somebody, we throw smoke in the water, just like music, right? So the smoke will come up, and that's our reference point, right? Because we're not Lake Ontario. Sometimes we're in the middle of Lake Superior, and you got 6 foot, 8 foot swells. You're not going to see any of that stuff. So, so it's all it.
Supper, buddy.
Sorry, sir.
You want me to take over and you can eat your supper?
Sure, if you want to. This is Major Duffy. He's aircraft commander. Actually, it's his last flying day with our squadron today, so he's sadly moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah. So, but
moving on to
he'll still be flying, so that's the important thing. So, yeah, Major Duffy will jump in there for you guys.
Already do the flight deck, or just doing the back here?
Flight deck's already done.
Okay. Enjoy your.
This is obviously a common occurrence.
How long have you been back here?
Just started.
Just started. Okay. So, did he tell you how big our area is and stuff?
No.
Okay, so we cover basically Great Lakes all the way east to Quebec border, all the way west to Winnipeg, and all the way north to the Arctic. So, which is far 82 north, that's in Alberta. So, theoretically, we have enough gas on board right now to take us through pretty much as far as we need to go. But if we were going to be searching for an extended period, once we get up there, we would put some gas on before we left. Right now, we're sitting here with probably 5 hours of gas on, but we could take 10 hours of gas if we had to. Wow. So we could take more than that if we didn't have all this stuff on the airplanes. There's about 10,000 pounds of stuff on it. So when I say stuff, because I told you Great Lakes all the way to the north, so we're basically equipped to do any kind of rescue. So we can rescue people in the water, people in the woods, or people in the Arctic, right? So we carry 2 Sartecs. When we get to the back, you'll see more about that. But they lock this up because there's medical stuff in here, so morphine and things like that. Because if a guy falls off a cliff or something, broken leg, you guys have to give him morphine. So our guys are paramedics, ice climbers, divers, parachutists, mountain climbers. They do it all, and they have to maintain currencies and all those things. So there's guys that are like the pointy end. I'm kind of like the bus driver. I get them on scene, make sure we have enough gas to go land somewhere. Because you can imagine if I have to go up north, I don't have that many airports to choose from. Yeah. So if the airport that's closest to the crash site or whatever is socked in, then I might have to hold enough gas to get us somewhere where I can actually get us in. And you know, up north, it's not like here we have 7 airports in 100 miles. I might have one airport that's like 400 miles away.
So you're doing a lot of calculating on the go, and
yeah, we're constantly checking the weather, constantly saying, okay, well, if I have to go, am I going to make it?
Okay.
So yeah, so there's a bunch of gear in there. All these orange bags are for us if something happens to us. We had a Herc crash up in Alert in 89, 90, and when the airplane broke up, the only survival gear that they had access to, the tail was the only really piece that they could use, and there was no gear in the tail. So now they put some in the tail, some in here, some in here. But yeah, we don't worry about that kind of stuff though. So in here there's like parachutes, and there's a thing called a pump and SRK. A pump and SRK, so if there's a boat taking on water and they call us and they say, you know, we're sinking, but we're not quite, you know, if you dropped us a pump, we could save the boat. So there's a 45-gallon drum in here with like basically a Honda generator pump in it. So we got 250 feet of rope with a parachute, and when we open the ramp, the guys put the pump in the back of the ramp. We go over the boat upwind or downwind depending on the size of the boat, like if it's going to drift faster to the rope or if the rope's better to go to them. So we'll do an upwind or downwind drop. So the rope, basically the whole idea is the vessel's here, and then one end of the rope's here, one end of the rope's there. So you just have to pick it with a claw hook or whatever and pull the rope on board, and you pull the can in, there's a pump in it. And there's directions on how to start it and how to use it. If that doesn't work and they're sinking, then we throw them an SRK, it's a sea rescue kit. So there's either 2 bundle, 3 bundle, or 4 bundle, and that depends on how many people are on the boat. So if there's only a couple people, we'll just drop a 2 bundle. Same sort of thing, one on each side of the boat. They pull it in, and they pull on the thing, and it opens up. There's a raft, and there's sea rations, and there's clothes and everything in there. Wow. So, and you know, we've dropped them in the past for people that have been in trouble. So that's what's in here. And then so that's a C type mount, or a marine mission code. And then in here, this is all our armament. That's why it's in red. So if we're doing a marine mission where we want to see what the wind's doing, or if we want to
walk all the way through, bud.
What we do is we drop these smokes. They last about 10 minutes, and it tells us what the wind's doing. It also tells us if we're looking for just a person in the water, a guy falls into his kayak, and if we're looking for him and we see him, the guys will drop the smoke right away. So that's in case we don't want to lose him once we see him, right? So drop the smoke is kind of like a marker, so we know pretty much where the guy might be. And then we use the smokes for, like I said, for wind drift. Then these are flares. There's 4 and 5 minute flares. So the 4s we use for training, the 5s we use for operational jumps. So they're pretty bright. They'll light up the sky for a couple miles for us. So what we do is we drop a couple, check what the wind's doing over the target, and we drop 2 in the Sartex jump, and then we drop 2 more before they land. So as they're under canopy, we drop 2 more, so they always have light before they hit the water, before they land on land. So we use flares at night. It's pretty cool. It's probably the most challenging thing we do, though, because there's 2 types of patterns we fly. And one pattern we're climbing and descending between dropping the flares and the guys jumping. So it's all based on time, and because if we don't get the guys out the door fast enough, then the flares burn out. Now they don't have any light. We can even drop them through clouds, and so we could drop 2, descend below the clouds. The guys can jump out, and then we can climb back up and drop them again. We can't drop them too low because then they'll keep burning before they hit the ground. So we have to drop them at 3,000 feet or higher. Okay. So back in here. So this is there's 2 types of Hercules we have. This one's called a stretch. It's a bit longer. You can see it's pretty long. We have 2 of these, and then we have 2 shorter ones. These ones are newer. These ones came to us in the early 90s. We only have about 10,000 hours on them. Wow. And the couple we have back at home are from the 60s and 80s, and they're 50,000 hours on them. So these are parachutes. The guys jumped twice today already. So static line and free fall, they carry both. These are called sarpels. So believe it or not, the guys put the parachute on, then they hang this on the front, and then they have their helmet and everything else. And if they're going in the bush, if they're going to land in the trees, they have a bush suit on, so they don't become a human popsicle when they go through the trees. So they carry a lot of crap. And
bon ben, mon fil, on se redonne des nouvelles. Comme je te dis, une promesse, une promesse.
Hey là, je suis en train de... Hey? Bernush. Anyways, this is a toboggan. So there's a couple behind you as well. So I was talking about an Arctic drop. So if there's people that are in trouble in the Arctic, we can drop those. There's sleeping bags and tents and survival gear and food in there. So this is Bruno.
Hi everyone.
Bruno's one of our crazy Sartex. So this is the guys that I was telling you do everything from delivering babies to if you have a severe fracture of your leg to whatever. These guys are like type A personalities, like, yeah, get me out of here, let's jump, I want to go save somebody. They're a little bit, in French we say, fuck it on tight. So, yeah, but anyways, if you have any more questions for the back end, Bruno's your guy, because I'm the bus driver. So.
A good bus driver. Well, today we had a lot of fun. We went to my parents' place, we parachuted to my parents' place, that was pretty cool. But we're all qualified paramedics, we're advanced life supports. And we can provide we can give 41 drugs from basic Tylenol to up to morphine. But what we do, we're paramedics. We can parachute in. We have all the equipment to conduct a dive in case some people are trapped in a boat, in an overturned vessel. We can dive in. We can drop all our diving equipment from the ramp, and we can parachute in. We're all qualified to parachute anywhere, from water, land, up to the Arctic. And we carry all their equipment in case we have to go to the Arctic.
When you parachute in somewhere, how do you get back out?
Depends. Either we have the helicopter nearby, or sometimes the police department are nearby. We can jump with them, or
sometimes a police boat,
yeah,
or Coast Guard. Sometimes they have to wait till we get a helicopter to pick them up.
So you just like stabilize whoever's out there,
yeah,
and then just you're along for the ride basically until someone gets you.
Yeah.
So let's say he jumps into an austere area and there's no helicopters nearby, then they do life support, save the guy. And then maybe ground support will come get them, take them to the hospital, and then we get the guys, take them to the closest airport, and we'll go get them that way. The ideal is a helicopter, bring them to us, because once they leave the airplane, I lose them. So I kind of like them on the airplane, but when they have to jump, they have to jump. After that, I'm kind of the eyes in the sky, and he tells me what he needs. If he needs more stuff, we drop it to him. Or we say, see you later, we need gas, we'll come back and get you. So usually when they jump, they take their bags with them because they might be pushing a tent up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you basically jump with everything that you could possibly need?
Yeah, we try to jump with all our equipment. Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, or we carry all our medical equipment in our backpack. It's almost everything they have on car, on an ambulance. But, we're pretty heavy when we jump out. But, No, and like what Shawn was saying,
Yeah, they can hang around for a bit.
yeah, they
drop
can
you.
toss us more equipment if we need. But no, we have our personal survival equipment, and
pretty small. So
we go from there.
10,000 feet in Trenton, we get 4,000 feet here.
Most challenging winter.
It's a bit of a challenge that way.
At night.
Night.
Yeah, when ceiling no light at all.
Being fixated on ELPs instead of being.
I think so. No, winter is pretty. It's good. When we have a good winter, we can parachute anywhere on lake, frozen lake.
Oh yeah, yeah, it opens it up a little more
So
actually.
we have
Yeah.
more option.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at night, it's more complex, but it's doable.
Have you personally had some like really challenging rescues?
Yeah, parachuting the Arctic last year, Hudson Bay, in January. Yeah, I saved some people. They were stuck there for 72 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Brent just did a big rescue in Wawa last 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I think so. 3 weeks in Wawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just spent an overnight with a patient beside the cliff. And the chopper came there the following morning. We're pretty busy. Summertime, it's our high season.
Yeah, lots of people out doing crazy stuff.
And if the gas is cheap, well, we have more people on the lake, and
Yeah.
stupid thing happens.
Does it seem like it's a lot of like water related?
In our area, yes,
Yeah.
because we're near the
Near the
Great
lakes?
Lake.
Yeah.
But
it could be anything.
it can be anything, yeah. Plane crash,
Missing person.
yeah, it can be all kinds of stuff. Sometimes we just need to do a medevac to someone is remote, and we go go pick them up, and we need to sit closer hospital, have better treatment. But it's a fun job.
I know how do you get into that job? Like, do you just choose that's what you want to do? Or?
Oh well, it's an option, yes. But you need to do time in the military, and yet you need to apply. And we have a selection of 16 days.
Okay.
And usually they choose between 8 to 12 people per year. And yeah, give you the year-long course. And after that, we're always taking some course to upgrade our skills.
Right.
Like medicine changed daily.
Because you're strictly search and rescue now, right?
Yes, yeah, that's our main job.
You turn around.
Hey, buddy.
Turn around. Just hang on.
What's your Haley?
So, yeah. Well, thank you very much
Yeah,
for your
no
time.
problem.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for everything you do, guys.
All the best.